So we're going to do a few tests just to make sure everything is working smoothly, and then we'll get started here in about 8 minutes. So I'm going live a little bit earlier because of that. I think it's all working now as of the last 30 minutes, but can never be too safe. So I'm looking right now at Orca for a possible short. To me, there's no entry right now. Let me just do a sound check while we are still waiting. Testing 1, 2, 3. Just a second. Sounds like the sound is working. I just had to verify that. So yeah, I see Orca right now as a possible short. The 2-day time frame is close to overbought, but you just made a new candle. The daily looks like a short to me. I see a macro bottom at 68 cents. The 12-hour time frame right now got a bounce above the 200, but barely. So if the 12-hour stays above the 200, your next target could be $1.56, but you're barely above it and it's overbought. So I could see a move coming down. I gotta look at all these time frames before I make a decision. Look, the 6-hour has a red dot. Oh my word. The 6-hour has a red dot right now on the money flow. So that's an indicator that we could come to the downside. The 4-hour, same thing. You have back-to-back red dots. The 3-hour has 2 red dots. 2-hour has 4 red dots in a row. The 1-hour, I mean, to me, that could be a double top, you know. So I will say that it doesn't look fantastic for continuation to the upside. 33-minute has 1, 2, 5 straight red dots. So I think we're getting pretty extended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red dots as well. That's 6 red dots actually on the 15-minute. And then the 10-minute is just, you got a few green, but we'll see what happens. I could see this being around the top, and this is not financial advice, but this is just one of the coins. This is one of the coins I'm looking at right now for a possible move to the downside. So I added it to my watch list. If we go back to the 4-hour time frame on Orca, and we will get into Bitcoin here when it hits 9 p.m. Central Time. But if you take a fib from the low to the high on Orca, let me just see. So where would the 618? Usually in a retracement, you go back to the 618. That would come in at 88 cents. So to me, like a move back down to this level around here, 88 cents looks probable. It's not a crazy big move to the downside, but like I could see something like this playing out. Like a move back to the 618. Make some kind of falling wedge and continue higher. We'll see what happens. This is not financial advice. I'm just kind of projecting what I could see happen. And if you wanted to set up some kind of short position with an entry at $1.15 where we are now, your stop loss would be right there above the last local high, and then your take profit would be at the 618. So that is not a bad. It's a 2.17 R&R. That's definitely not phenomenal. I don't like that, actually. Yeah, that's not great. It's 2.33 best case scenario. So to me, that's probably not the best setup, but it's a valid setup nonetheless. So we'll see what happens. I do want to get into Bitcoin, kind of see what's going on in the markets. If you guys are new, appreciate if you guys hit the like and subscribe. It does help support the channel. If you guys are watching me on TikTok, I do appreciate if you guys hit the follow button. And if you guys are watching me on YouTube, hit the subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. By the way, we have a free Telegram group. That's where I post when I go live. And if you have general questions, you can ask me there. Or you can join the Discord, which is my trading group. Link to join is in the description on YouTube and TikTok. So, with that being said, let's kind of get into what's going on. I'm going to go over to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index today. We're going to get started here a little bit early. Right now, we are in extreme fear at 8. I think the lowest we were was 5, but we are in extreme fear nonetheless. Yesterday, we were at 10. Last week, we were at 11, and last month, we were at 44. So, that's kind of the levels we're at. And anytime we're below 10, I say, this is not financial advice, but I do say, I recommend, and I believe, I'll say this, I believe anything below 10 is a great time to buy. I am still under the impression that we're going to go lower on Bitcoin, but it's still a great time to buy nonetheless, because you're buying at what, a 50% discount almost. So we'll see what happens. I still think we go into the 40K region, 30K region, maybe even 20K. Probably that might be the extreme side, but either way, Bitcoin is still a great buy at 70,000 and lower. or hovering around the previous all-time high. That's always been a great time to buy in the bear market. So let's go over to Bitcoin, and we'll start on the daily time frame. You can see that the daily time frame is 21 is catching up to price action. Usually whenever that happens, you continue a dump on whatever time frame you're on, especially when you're already below the 200. The 200-day moving average for Bitcoin is coming in at $99,500, and you're overbought on those stochastics are side. Now the money flow right now doesn't look awful. It's at about 30 out of 70, or out of 100. So at the end of the day, money flow looks fine to me on the daily for Bitcoin for a bounce. But I will say, at the end of the day, it looks most likely that we are going to continue lower just because you're below the 200 and the 21 is touching price or is coming to price action while the price is continuing to go sideways. So I gotta say, that's not usually a great recipe for a continuation to the upside. It's just not. If I jump down to the 12-hour time frame, we can see the 12-hour time frame is below the 200. The 21 is touching price action. RSI is trying to make some kind of higher low. Now, will it happen? We'll see. The 6-hour and 8-hour don't look great. 4 hours oversold for Bitcoin. You're well below the 200, touching the 21. And it's kind of the same situation as the 3-hour and the 2-hour. And the 1 hour, again, same situation. You're below the 200. I mean, I just see more downside for Bitcoin right now. We'll see what happens, but at this point, it does look more bearish than bullish to me that we can continue to the downside. If I hover down to the 15-minute time frame, I can see that we're again below the 200. So kind of, if I zoom back out, where's the next support that I see to the downside? Well, I see some major resistance at 69,000. But here's the problem. If Bitcoin cannot get back above 69K, I see the next macro support being 60,000, and then if you lose 60,000, the next support would be literally 50,000. So now I think if you lose 60,000, you go to 50,000 in a week or two at most, if not a day, but probably closer to a week. I mean, it doesn't look good. So right now, if we don't reclaim 69K, you're going back to 60K, and then you could go down to 50K. Thank you for joining the Telegram group. So yeah, that's kind of what I see going on right now. What is this alert? Sorry about that. So right now on the 1 hour time frame, gold's getting overbought, making a lower high below the 200. So I will say this: gold looks bad right now. Or this is silver. Yeah, silver looks bad to me right now. It looks like you're going to continue to dump. I'm not going to touch silver right now. There's other things to trade, but that alert did just go off for probably a continuation to the downside for silver. Let's go back to Bitcoin. So yeah, I see more downside for Bitcoin. I'll leave it at that. Short term, it can do whatever it wants, but at the end of the day, it does look like Bitcoin wants to roll over here, and I'm actually short on Bitcoin right now. I'll be transparent. I am short on Bitcoin, and I see more downside. Also, let's go back to Orca. I talked about this a few minutes ago. If Bitcoin rolls over here, Orca is likely to roll over and go back to the 618. That's coming in at 88 cents. So, I mean, I gave you a short play. The thing is, it's only a 2.3 R&R. So, that means if you enter, you'd have to win every 50% of the time to be profitable. So, I think it could hit. It's not the highest probability setup, but I think it could hit. I think it's very likely to hit, though, if Bitcoin rolls over here and can't get back above 69K. But, so that's. I would say Orca is the only clear short I see. I did short Pippin. I did take profits on Pippin about an hour ago. I still see it going down to the 618, down to 39 to 40 cents. The 618 comes in at 39.7, but I did take profits early. I see the daily continuing down and the 2-day. I did sell that because I got in yesterday at 64 cents or 63 cents. So I'm like, you know what? I'll take that money. That was a pretty fast dump. Anyways, yeah. So 1 hour is below the 200 now on Pippin. Now I'm looking for the 2 hour 200 to get hit, down at 37 cents. I mean, this seems like a pretty simple short, at least down to 40 cents, if not more like 37 cents or lower. And then if you lose the 618 on the daily time frame for Pippin, you're looking at the 786 being the next stop. If this goes back to below 30 cents, it really wouldn't surprise me. I think macro term, it probably will in the next 1 to 2 weeks. You probably are going to be below 30 cents. I don't think you lose about 25, but we'll see. I think 25 would probably be the low for Pippin. That's around the 786 fib retracement. We'll see what happens, but that's Pippin. So I gave you that short. I'm out of it, but I still think it could go down another 15 to 20 cents, and it really wouldn't surprise me that much. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure you guys hit the likes. I do appreciate it. So yeah, that's kind of what I see going on for Pippin right now. You can hear me? That's fantastic. So yeah, that's what I see going on for Pippin right now. I see Orca getting a move to the downside, so I would say Orca is a valid short right now. Even though the R&R is not great, it's still a valid short. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and we'll look at them. But yeah, that's kind of my update on the markets right now. I see Bitcoin rolling over. Eventually, I see Orca rolling over, and I see Pippin continuing to go to anywhere between 25 to 30 cents, minimum 40 cents short term. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to go over. Jelly did have a pump today. We can go look at Jelly. Kind of like Orca. I see Jelly going down to the 618 around 64 cents. Now, in general, I'm not a huge fan of this. There's no clear place to put your stop loss, so I'm not touching Jelly right now. And it does not look like you're bouncing. It looks like you're going to continue to roll over here on Jelly. I would say back to the 618, and then eventually maybe the 786 at 5.6, because it's kind of a. I think Jelly is a pumping up coin. So if this, I think this is going to go back down to about 5.5 cents on Jelly. So that's just one of the things that I'm watching right now. I'm not in a trade on Jelly. To me, it's not worth the risk, but it does seem probable that it's going to roll over here right as we speak. Barra is another coin that had a massive pump the other day, and I see it probably if you keep. So here's the thing on Barra. You're below the 618 fib retracement now. If that's the case, and if you do not reclaim 71 cents, I see Barra going back down to 53 cents. Again, that's probably where you're headed, and it's pretty simple to me. Daily time, 4-hour time frame is more downside on Barra. Now, would I enter a short if I'm not already in one? No, but I could see it continuing further lower. So, and that's kind of my update on the market for these altcoins. Yeah. So that's what I see going on. Anyways. Okay. Buy Safecoin now, ASAP. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. I think I'm good on Safecoin, but thank you for that request or for that suggestion. But I'm all set. So, yeah, that's what I see going on, guys, in the market. I see a few shorts that I just gave, and Orca would probably be the safest one of any of them. None of them are really fantastic, but you know, your stop loss could be about $1.27 on Orca, and I guess I would kind of leave it at that. And then, so $1.27 would be your stop loss, and take profit would be 88 cents. Or if you wanted to go down to 786, that'd be at 77 cents on Orca. And because you pump so fast, that it's pretty likely you go back down to both of those levels. I would at least say 87 cents, though. You have a red dot on the 4-hour time frame, same as the 6-hour, 8-hour as well. 12-hour even has a red dot now, and the daily is also printing a red dot. 2-day even has a red dot. 3-day has a red. Holy crap! Orca 4-day has a red dot. 5-day had a red dot 3 in a row, and 6-day has. Orca could be a macro top right now. Like, I would watch on Orca. The highest time frame I'd probably watch right now would be about maybe the day. I would just stick to the daily. You're below the 200. Orca's clearly in a bear market. You got a bear market pump, and frankly speaking, I would be targeting 78 cents again for Orca for a continuation to the downside. On the macro time frame, this could be a lower high. and I would be looking for a new low to probably be put in, but I would just be looking for Orca to go back in the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably back down to about 78 cents on Orca. That's kind of where I stand on that. Orca looks like that could be a key level to go back down to. So the next targets to the downside for Orca would be 88 cents and then 77 cents. That's probably the play I would have if I wanted to do a swing trade on any altcoin right now. Wow, 16 likes. So yeah, guys, that's kind of my update on the markets. I'll be back live on Tuesday, but on Saturday. But for right now, that's kind of what I see going on in the markets. It looks like the market wants to take that dump to the downside. Now, when I go live on Saturday, I will be live at a different time. I'm going to be going live on Saturday at... Right now, I'm going to plan on 3 p.m. Central Time instead of 9 p.m. Central Time. So plan on me going live at 3 p.m. Central Time instead of 9, so 6 hours earlier than this live stream. But yeah, so I leave you guys here. Bitcoin looks bearish. I see it rolling over later in the night. Orca looks like it's bearish and it's going to minimum go to 88 cents, probably more like 77 because you have even the 6-day time frame has a red dot. But I would just short the daily time frame on Orca and kind of go from there. Orca looks like a clear short to me. I could be wrong, but I'm probably going to enter a swing trade short on Orca with a take profit of 77 cents and leave it at that. That's my update, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. I gave you a great trade setup on at least a swing trade setup on Orca, and that's where I leave you off on. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. Until then, have a great night. Adios. Trade safe. The trend's your friend till the end. The trend right now on Bitcoin and Orca and a lot of these alts is to the downside, even if you're getting these bear market pumps. On the higher time frames, they just seem very insignificant. So, have a great night. Adios.